The best way to get results is to learn how to hold yourself when you're not getting the results that you want. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to keep going even when life decides to life and turn it into a pivot and rise moment. So if you're here listening to this one right now, chances are you're either just listening to everything, you're binging all the episodes, or maybe you're in a bit of a disappointment spiral right now. Maybe you had a launch that didn't go as planned and you're ready to spiral this into a full-blown phoenix moment instead of continuing down this downward spiral that you're already on. So this episode is about a full identity recalibration when you're in the middle of the mess. So if you're not in that space right now, of course you can still listen. This is great stuff to have in your back pocket and in the back of your brain. And remember that this episode exists when this comes up next, because I can tell you, even as a multiple business owner who has made multiple millions, I still get into these phases as well. I've been in one recently. It happens to all of us. So don't think that as you continue growing, you're going to suddenly be immune to this stuff, because it literally happens to everybody. And I've talked to people who are making 8 figures a year, 9 figures a year. They still get into this too. It's just different at each level, but the underlying vibe of it all, the energy of it all is still the same. So yeah, I really don't think you need more of a how-to with this. You need a mirror. You need to just break the pattern. You need permission to hold yourself like the leader that you already are. So let's dive in. If you don't have the results that you expected right now, there's no problem. This is just a point for you to pivot around. So you're already doing the thing. You're already showing up. You're already stretching. You have healed more in a week than most people do in a decade, and you've done it over and over and over and over and over again. And yet, your external results are not yet matching all that you've been doing. The launch feels slow, the spots aren't filled, the content isn't converting like you know it should be. Right now, this episode is not about fixing that. It's about who you become in these moments. It's about who you become either when things aren't working or when life gets fucking hard and it feels hard to show up. Because that version of you is the one who builds the 6 and 7 figure foundation that doesn't shake every time your metrics do. Every time you get less views, if you are suddenly thinking your entire business doesn't work and the whole thing is going to crumble, if not as many people sign up for an offer as you expected to, if that makes you question everything and again think that you got to burn your entire business to the ground and just start over fresh, that's not the version of you that's going to be able to build and sustain long-term a multi-7-figure business. So you don't need to fix the stuck feeling. You need to witness who is emerging through it. So the illusion of getting no results is a trap. It's going to keep you chasing validation, vanity metrics, instead of noticing who you're becoming, because that's the ultimate transformation. And even when it feels like nothing is working at the moment, every single action you're taking in your business is stacking up on itself. You know, it's all compounding. It's all adding to the compound effect where maybe you didn't have as many people sign up for this launch as you expected to, but then those people who didn't sign up, because you keep showing up, you keep putting in the reps, you keep going, they're going to sign up for the next one. Or maybe it'll be the next one after that. We have so many people in our sexual kung fu business who have been on our email list since like 2018, who just started joining things in 2025. Those people aren't wrong. They just have a different timeline than other people. And we also didn't wait for them to join to keep talking about it. We've talked about it 4 times a year, every year since then. It just took them longer to decide, and that's okay. The more that you continue to show people that you will be here, that you will keep on showing up, the more they're going to trust you when the time is right for them, when they are ready for that shift. You know, I talked about this a bit in another episode, that you want to be speaking to people who value and are ready for these shifts in your offers, ready for the shifts that you're going to create through your offers, the transformation that are coming through your offers, not the people who are like, ooh, that sounds interesting. I could be interested in that. Maybe that'd be cool, right? So what if this actually isn't a dry season right now, but just a power pause, a calibration, a moment to allow you to step into this next version of who you're becoming, and a test of self-trust disguised as silence. When there's silence on the other end of your business, do you start to doubt yourself? It's normal if you do, But do you then let that self-doubt bleed into all the actions you take for your business? That says a lot. You're not being punished. No matter what's happening right now, you're not being punished by your business. You're being positioned. You're being polished. You know this. It takes so many years of crystals, of diamonds, of gems being underground, feeling the pressure to be formed into the magnificence that they are once we actually have the joy of being able to see them. The same thing is happening to you, but you are the crystal, you are the gem, so you're feeling the pressure. You're feeling the resistance. You're feeling the heaviness of the entire fucking earth crushing you from every angle. Of course. So if you're looking for proof right now, you actually are the proof. So we have a deeper pattern happening here. Healers are often attaching their value to their client results or to their income surges. And when your power was never supposed to be measured in numbers in the first place. You know this, your entire modality, for the most part, can't be measured, right? There's a lot of really cool science that's available now that proves to us what we've known is true about energy all along. But despite that, you didn't need proof the first time that you experienced that modality to know that it worked. You don't need proof that the modality you're practicing now, that the business you're running now, you don't need proof that it works. And I want you to ask yourself, what would shift if I stopped needing evidence to trust my own expansion? If you could just fully trust it and trust that whatever intuitive nudges you've been having about changes that need to happen in your business or what you really need to say online, if you just fully listen to that and you stopped waiting for evidence to show up first, what might happen? What might shift? So you don't dig up a seed every 3 days to see if it's growing, right? You leave it in the ground, you trust the process, you water it, you make sure it has access to sunlight, you keep it protected if needed, and you trust it. You trust that it's gonna grow. You are the same. Your business is the same. And your business is an entity outside of you. It is not you. So what's happening in it might be a result of some actions you've taken, might be a result of, again, action, like ways that you have been thinking about the business, speaking towards the business, speaking about the business, but it is not you. It is a separate thing that you birthed. Just like if you give birth to a real human, you don't own every thought and feeling that they ever have and every action that they ever take. You birth them and now they get to blossom in their own way. So if your nervous system is craving more proof and your soul is actually craving more peace, Endless Sunday Energy was made for this season that you're in. You get weekly audio drops, feminine energy upgrades, and I really help you get into a more magnetic momentum without just hustling and pushing and forcing everything, praying that it's gonna work. So let this be the space where your results actually start chasing you. The link will be down in the show notes, or you can message me on Instagram for it. So here's how to really hold yourself like you already won. So personally, whenever I'm in a season of, it feels like nothing's working, like I said, which I've been in recently, I either send myself or I listen to a voice note that I'll record on my phone. Typically when I'm in a really high season and it feels like everything's working, I'll just record a voice note for my future self of just reminding myself of everything that I'm good at. And if I don't already have that audio for whatever reason, or it's just not what I want to listen to at that moment, I might also just start throughout my day setting a timer on my phone for 1 minute and over just telling myself everything that I'm great at in every different area of life, of my business, of healing, of my relationship, of literally everything. And I do that multiple times throughout the day where I'm saying, okay, I'm good at this, I'm great at this, I'm really good at this, this is what I'm phenomenal at. Really speaking that belief and love and truth into myself and reminding myself that everything that I desire is coming, and not having any doubt at all about that. Not from a place of like faking it, but from a place of, look at what I've already done. I've already come so far, and you have too. You've already come so far. And so when you remind yourself of those things over and over and over again, it quiets the part of your brain that's looking for excuses and reasons why that's not true yet, why it's not happening yet, why I should be further along, why we're building resentment around where we think we should be. It's reminding ourselves, okay, I already did this, so of course I'll be able to do this as well, and I don't need to death grip the timeline. Another thing that I like to do is EFT tapping. That's something that really helps me out, and you can even use Claude or ChatGPT, whatever AI, to really just tell it like exactly what's coming up for you and have it create a custom EFT session for you. Obviously, there's a lot of intricacies that we could get into to make sure that it's structured really, really well, but even just doing that is super, super helpful. So I'm gonna lead you through a really quick one here. Hopefully my mic doesn't pick up too much extra sound, and hopefully you've done EFT tapping before. If not, literally just repeat what I do and know that you can't fuck it up. So if you miss something or you tap on a different place, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're working with the energy meridians of the body, which hold and move and emit signals and energy in different places, and it just helps get shit moving through the body. So deep breath in, sigh it out. And this tapping is all around leading, even when it looks like it's not working. So we're gonna start on the side of the hand here on the karate chop point, just tapping. And you don't have to tap super hard, just gently tapping. So repeat after me. Even though I'm not seeing the results I expected yet, I deeply love, trust, and honor the leader I know I already am. Even though my mind wants proof, I know the power is who I am being without it. Even though part of me wants to pause or fix or figure it out, I choose to keep showing up from truth rather than panic. And now, starting at the top of the head here, just tapping away. I'm not seeing the numbers I wanted. Inside of the eyebrows, my brain is spinning stories again. Outside of the eyes, what if this means I'm doing it wrong? Under the eyes, what if this isn't working? Under the nose, this pressure to prove myself. Under the lips, this ache for evidence. On both collarbones, this tiny fear that I'm being left behind. Under the armpits, and still I hold myself through it. I get to lead myself through this. Under the front of the ribs. Both wrists together. My power is not up for negotiation. Back up to the top of the head. I get to trust the calibration in the pause. In between the eyebrows, I was born for these moments. Outside the eyes, this gets to be a pivot and rise moment. Under the eyes, I hold myself like that version of me is already here. Under the nose, I already am her. Under the mouth, I already won. I'm just walking it out now. On the collarbone, I don't wait for results to validate me. Under the armpit, I am the result. I am the vibration. On the front of the ribs, I'm the proof. And wrists together, I'm already moving like the version of me who knows what's coming. Deep inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. This isn't the end, this is the edge. You're standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon and you're about to be the first person who just jumps right across effortlessly. You're standing in a gap that most people never even attempt. So just recognize not only how far you've come, but how big what you're here to do is, and that this is just a tiny little blip in time of what you will create, of what is already on its way. And know that the best leaders don't wait for external confirmation. They decide that it's already done and they move like that. They move with that intention. And for the healer who's been playing big internally, but hasn't seen it reflected externally in their business and their bank account yet, the Rich and Rested Mastermind is where 30K months, soft power, and quantum leadership really meet. This isn't just about hustle harder energy, about keep going, keep pushing, keep posting. It's a space where you hold yourself like the leader who gets paid for just existing. So you can DM me on Instagram for more information about that, or check out the link down in the show notes below. So the rise is already happening. Your rise. You just need to stay still long enough to feel it. The first, of course, most important step here is you've got to sit with the discomfort. Sit with everything that's coming up. This can be a really great thing, kind of like I mentioned, to either just voice note it all out to AI, or journal it, or type it out somewhere, and just really see what's coming up. What's really in there? What is this discomfort? What's it really about? And then soften the self-judgment. Can you accept it? Can you embrace it? Can you even amplify it? Can you feel it to its fullest extent so that that energy can fully move through you and not get trapped inside of you and make you feel stuck? And third, stretching into the new standard. What is this lesson teaching you? What is the purpose of this period? And how can you stretch into that new level of leadership that you're being presented with the opportunity to create right now? And four, start speaking from the energy of it's already mine, no matter who you're talking to. Speak about it truly as if you ordered it on Amazon and it's already done. It's already on its way. You already know it's coming. Most people quit 3 seconds before the shift hits. So don't be that person. I know you won't. You wouldn't give up on this. I know it's tempting sometimes, but you're not that kind of person. This isn't a low moment for you. This is the beginning of your legacy. Your timeline just hasn't caught up to you yet. You're the kind of leader who keeps going, not because it's easy, but because that's just what's encoded in you, because it's who you are. So if this episode resonated, let me know over on Instagram. Check out the different ways we can work together right now. I really can't wait to hear about what's on the other side of this for you, because I know it's something big. I know it's something expansive. I know it's something that's going to feel so good and juicy and joyful. And I know you're going to lead yourself through this.